we've just hit 100 subscribers, which I did not expect to hit within the first month of posting, so thank you all. Thank you for all the views and the likes and the comments. I'm loving making the videos, and you guys seem to be enjoying them, so long may it continue. And you guys enjoyed the first video looking at my Manchester United kit collection, and we very kindly received a request for the England national team, and it just so happens that I have collected a fair few England kits over the years. So that's exactly what we're going to do today, look through the story of the England national team over the years. So we have my little keyring that I keep on my car keys that I bought from a charity shop for £2. The England crest that's been synonymous with the national team since its inception. The 3 lions. The badge has changed slightly over the years, which we will look at during this video, but it's always kept the 3 lions and the red roses, I think they are. So, without any further ado, let's look at the first kit, which just so happens to be the first kit that I ever had as a kid, I believe. I'm fairly sure. And it's this one. It's the 2004 England home shirt. So as we can see already, standing out is the England badge, which if we bring my keyring back in, is different. So we can see how it's changed over the years. Up until 2010, we had England with the crest as well, with the 3 lions. And of course, we were sponsored, or our manufacturer was Umbro, who've produced many England kits over the years. So this shirt is a very small kit. It's for a 4-year-old, and like I say, it's most likely the first ever football kit that I owned, that I was given. So features of this kit include the white collar with the sort of red overlapping V-neck here, and you'll see that the collar kind of forms a part of the England crest. We have the England flag. We have the England flag imprinted on the inside of the collar, and if we turn the collar up like Cantona, we have sort of the red stripe, kind of denoting, not making the England flag exactly, but kind of denoting the St George's cross there. We also have some red running down the back, or running down the shoulder, some red sort of netting, and quite a smooth front of the shirt with some horizontal lines running through. Now, obviously a distinction of an international kit is the lettering that you can have for a player, both on the front and the back of the shirt. This kit, I didn't get anybody on the front or the back, but some of the other kits I do, so we will see. So like I said, I don't have many memories of this shirt as such, because I was so young, and it would have been the piece of netting. And some early 2000s cooling technology here, slightly softer and smoother, and again more netting for breathability. This was back when the fan version of the shirt would often be very similar to the player edition. There may not even be any difference at all. And we have the World Cup star, the one solitary star on the sleeve here. So I do like this kit. I like the centralised crest and manufacturer logo. But again, just a little bit too early for me to remember. Not a kit that we were particularly successful in, like many of them, but a nice kit nonetheless. Makes you think of players like Rooney and Beckham, Lampard. Okay, let's move on to the next shirt. Our next kit jumps to 2007. The England home shirt from 2007 to 2009. Now, I did own a shirt from 2006. One of the shirts that we wore to the World Cup, I believe. But unfortunately, I can't find it anywhere. It was the red one. I'll put a picture of me wearing it on Bournemouth Beach in 2006. And it was the red away kit with Beckham number 7 in gold lettering on the back. And unfortunately, I can't find that kit anywhere. So I'll keep looking. But the next kit in line that I have is the 2007 home. So again, with the England crest, with England written, a different design here. We've got the star with the reflective England crest, this time above the badge. We have this shirt printed, so I wonder if you can guess who that is. We'll flip it over and reveal in a moment. This shirt has the year that it represents in there, so it's 2007 to 2009. And again, as we move out into the sleeves and the shoulder area, there's some netting technology for breathability for the players. The Umbro manufacturer logo is a bit of a weird implementation. It's kind of like heat pressed on, it's not embroidered. It has held up all these years though, and it's a nice reflective gold colour. And something that I do like about this kit, I don't think overall I like this kit because it's a bit like off-centre. It wasn't our nicest shirt ever, but one thing that I do like is the sort of 3 lions print that we have down the side here. I think that's quite neat. Looking at the shoulders there again, this kit was quite asymmetrical, strange design, and again not one that we were particularly successful in. I think this was meant to be the year that we went to Euro 2008, and obviously we never qualified, so this shirt wasn't really seen too often if I remember correctly. Okay, the reveal of the back is of course my favourite player of all time, and probably the kit that even if I didn't have him I would associate with. It's Wayne Rooney. Back in the early 2000s when he would wear the 9 instead of the 10, so he switched, I think, for United in 2007, I think it was, or 2008, he switched to the number 10 shirt. But for England, he wore the 9 shirt for a few years, until he switched in 2010, which we'll look at later. So we've got Rooney, number 9, with this almost like diamond marked pattern. We have the St. George's Cross on the rear of the neck, which I quite like. We have some Umbro branding on the sleeve, and we have have a kind of like downward stripe design that you might be able to just faintly make out. Again, with more breathability there. Moving down the shirt, we have some navy markings at the bottom and on the side. So again, not the nicest kit ever. We were a lot stronger on the sort of red for the St. George back in the day. We've kind of toned that down now. I don't know why. But yeah, not the nicest design kit ever. And not one that we're particularly successful in. But for the first time and for the only time, I do have, oh no, it's not actually the only time, but for the first time, I do have the away kit to match. So this was the kit that went with that shirt from 2007 to 2008. I think I've always preferred the red away kits. Whenever we've had a red kit, I've liked them. Again, a bit of an odd design. So we have the centralised England logo, we have the Umbro logo off to the right, and the England star off to the left, again shiny, with these like navy coloured boxes. We have the three lines imprinted on the rear of the neckline, which is quite nice, and a stretchy neckline, which we'll look at around the back. And this kit is kind of, how do I describe it? It's got like little air holes running through it to increase the breathability. Yeah, not one that many England fans remember, this one I don't think, and one that I ended up getting. We have some more sort of breathable holes that look like they've just been cut with scissors on the side. I don't know if you can see them very well. Looks like somebody's just got some scissors to them. But overall a nice colour, a nice red, but again not a kit that we were successful with. But it is a kit that I have printed with my name on the back, Dan 1. So I got this kit on New Year's Day, I want to say 2008 I think, but I can't quite remember. But it was usually my dad that would buy my kits, but I was with my mum, and I asked for the lettering, but she didn't want to spend a lot of money, so we just got the most basic thing that we could get, Dan, 3 letters, and the number 1. I think 1 was the cheapest number you could get, so we have Dan 1, but we don't have it printed on the front. We don't have the number 1 on the front, and we have a little white chevron. And the nice, I really like this, the nice stretchy England collar. It's a bit of a funky design there. So that is the 2007 to 2009 shirts, the home and the away. Let's move on to the next. Moving on now to some of my favourite England kits of all time, strangely enough, because we weren't very good at the time, and I don't think these kits are remembered very fondly by England fans, but I love them. So this is the 2010 home shirt from the South Africa World Cup, which was the first World Cup that I could properly remember. I was obviously around for the 2006 World Cup. I was 6 years old, but I couldn't really remember watching it. I did, but I don't remember it. So the 2010 World Cup, when I was 10, I actually remember watching this. I remember being in the pub when Rob Green spilled the ball into the back of the net, and I was wearing this shirt at the time. My dad had one as well. He didn't have any printing on it, but we both got the same shirt. And I've always liked this kit because it's really simple. I think it looks really classy. Polo collar, simple collar design, this was the first year that we went to this badge, so you'll see that it's very similar to the one that we have now. This is from 2022, this is from 2010, so we've kind of kept the same design, got rid of the strip of England. We kept the star minimal, it's just like a little bit of white embroidery, and I even managed to get the little South Africa printing as well for the World Cup. It has discoloured slightly, this shirt, just from use and storage, unfortunately, but yeah, it's still in decent condition. And one thing that I did really like about this kit was the feel, the fabric. I don't think you'd ever get a kit made like this now. It's like pure, like soft cotton. It's like a slightly stretchy, really soft shirt. Like you could wear this to bed and feel comfortable. It's really soft, and that's why I really liked it. It just was really strange to see a football kit that was like made out of this material, but it's such a simplistic design and such a soft, smooth shirt. We have this stretchy underarm here, and essentially there's nothing else to it. It's just a simple white kit, like a cotton polo shirt that just happens to be an England shirt. But we do have a player printed on the front this time, number 10, and on the back, and as I mentioned earlier, it is Wayne Rooney who took on the number 10 shirt for this World Cup. I even like the printing as well, simplistic printing. Again, not a pleasant World Cup for England fans, getting beaten by Germany with Lampard's goal that was never given, but we'd have probably lost that match anyway. We were terrible. This was sort of the end of the golden generation and the start of the sort of terrible generation. Not that we won anything with either, but yeah, we weren't good. We weren't good back then. But we had a nice kit, I thought, at least. I don't think many people, like I said, remember this kit fondly, but I do. We have some little breathable holes on the side, and on the bottom of the shirt as well. Again, there's a few stains, unfortunately, but a few more holes there. So that's the 2010 home kit. And move on to the 2010 away shirt, which I might like even more than the home. As I mentioned earlier, I really like the red England kits, and this one is a nice, slightly paler red. And it's even more simple than the home shirt. It's just a round neck, super soft, cotton-like material. Red star, England crest, Umbro, embroidered logo, and this time we have the numbering under the sponsor on the right side, not centralised as with the Rooney shirt. But again, super simple. There is essentially nothing else to it other than the red design and the white cuffs on the sleeves. A really clean, cool shirt, I thought, at the time. And strangely enough, you might be thinking, who's number 3? Yes, I did for some reason get Ashley Cole printed on the back of this one. Now, I think it was because I've always liked the number 3, like it is my favourite number. But I wasn't aware at the time of Ashley Cole and his misdemeanours, shall we say. Wasn't particularly popular with the Arsenal fans for leaving for Chelsea, and also was in the news because of his, I think this was the time when they were splitting up with Cheryl Cole. I had no idea. I just liked the number 3, and I think I liked Ashley Cole at the time as well. So I got A Cole on the back of the shirt. So yeah, strange. Obviously A Cole was in there because we had Joe Cole at the time as well, so he would have been J Cole, not the rapper. And again, a nice big number 3 on the back. So those are the 2010 kits. Again, not particularly fond memories. We weren't very good, but I thought that we had some nice kits. So let's move on to the next one. Moving on, we have the 2011 home shirt, which happens to be the only long-sleeved shirt in my collection. Now, I think there was a couple of factors as to why I got a long-sleeve shirt. Number one, I think it was just on the hanger when we went to the shop, because I can still remember the day that I bought this one. And number two, I think I was persuaded to get it because our best player at the time was Ashley Young. He wore this kit a lot, and he was, like I said, probably the only decent player for us at the time. This was back when he was still playing as a winger. So I kind of felt like, you know what, I'll get that one. That's how bad we were. Well, fair play to Ashley Young, though, he was a good player. But yeah, this one, similar to the 2010 South Africa kit, had this very soft cotton-like material that I liked, but had this extremely strange collar, so kind of like a bit of a V-neck that ran halfway down the shirt. Wasn't a massive fan of that. But again, another very, very plain design, literally nothing else on this kit. On the front of it, at least, aside from, you know, that design, really. The sort of the identity of this kit is marked by the back, which was something that we never saw before, or I'd never seen before, and it was the sort of multiple crests, the multiple St. George's flags on the back. So we've got red, purple, green and blue all printed across the back. And I think at the time, I can't remember the exact reasoning, but I think it was just to reflect like the diversity in England, I think, which obviously if they did that now would cause an absolute stir, but at the time I don't remember it being too controversial. But again, printed on this really nice cotton material. Nobody on the back of this kit, so it does keep it quite plain. But again, a decent England kit, not the one that many people remember, I don't think. But an era that I quite liked. Again, reminds me of my childhood. And a nice material. So let's move on to the next shirt. So we make a monumental leap forward now to the 2022 away kit. The 2022 away kit for the Qatar World Cup. So that is a 10-year gap of not owning an England shirt, which isn't exactly great for the collection, but it's because basically the shirts were rubbish. So Nike released a whole load of shirts, who are now our manufacturer, but they took over from Umbro in 2014, and I just thought a lot of their kits were naff, really, and the prices were going up, and the kits were kind of getting worse. So I stopped buying them and just continued wearing the ones I'd already got. But obviously I grew out of those, so it was time for a new one. And I bought the 2022 away kit. Now, I don't believe we wore this shirt once in proper competition, i.e. the World Cup. We definitely didn't wear it in the World Cup. I think we did wear it overall. Now, I did quite like the 2020 home kit, the one that we wore at the 2020 Euros that actually happened in 2021. I really did like that kit, but I didn't decide to buy it. But I did decide to buy this one. I love the red again, like you say, I love the red England kits, but I really, really like the blue. I think the blue is really nice, reminds me of the 96 home kit, and it's the first time we've kind of seen the blue and red put together, I think, and I think it goes quite well. Nice little stretchy collar, blue Nike embroidered says 3 lions. I really like that. I think it adds a lot of personality to the kit. Nice, vibrant, bright red compared to the 2010 sort of slightly duller red. A simple cuffed navy sleeve. And I get a bit of like a checkered, like boxy pattern on the kit, just to stitch it all together. Nothing on the back of note, and no player either, no printing on this one. I think I'm a little bit old for that now. A nice stretchy side panel there, but like I said, I really like the collar. I think that looks really, really nice. The 3 lions with the blue embroidery. So not many memories of this kit. One that again I think gets forgotten because we didn't wear it at the World Cup and we should have done better. That year we should have beat France. We were better than them on the night and we just couldn't take our chances. Obviously Kane scored a penalty for us, then unfortunately missed another one. So we should have gone through, really. We should have beaten them. I think we were better than France, but we didn't quite have it in us to beat them in the quarters, and ultimately went out. And therefore we never got a chance to see this lovely, lovely kit in action at the World Cup. So that's it for official England shirts that I own. But we do, like the United video, have a few more to go through, so I'll show you those now. So a couple of very, very quick ones that I'll just brush on are a couple of shirts from back in the day, made by Umbro. So we have a little training top and another little training top, actually, 2 little Umbro sort of replica kits. If we move that to the side, you might be able to see. I don't think they were official training shirts, but I think they were just kind of like fan shirts. This black one, again, just very simple black England shirt. But this red one, I liked it so much at the time. Again, I love the red, that I decided to get it printed. So my mum's friend, ran a sort of embroidery, like shirt printing business, and we took it there. I got number 7, and Daniel printed on the back because I was obsessed with having my name on my shirts. So we got that printed, Daniel number 7. I must have been 7 years old at the time. So yeah, not an official kit, but one that I got anyway. And then the final shirt of my England collection is another entry into my Score Draw collection. So Score Draw are the company that make official retro remakes of various shirts, and they also have the license to England, and these are quite popular at World Cups. And now I wore this at the 2021 Euros. I think I might have told a lie earlier, because I think I bought this shirt in 2020. So this was kind of like the next England shirt that I bought, as you see, FA 2019. This, I believe, is a copy of the Admiral shirt from 1982. So they're not allowed to put the Admiral logo there, unfortunately. But they kind of just like replicate the design of the shirt, which I think is a beauty of a shirt. We have the sort of like blocky design up here, the blue, red and white, with a lovely, lovely collar that I'd love to see brought back. Nice soft collar. And then the old style England badge that's been very crudely stitched on, but I think that adds to the charm of the shirt. As you can see, the older style 3 lions crest. This shirt is a very silky material. I think you can tell on the video, very shiny, soft, silk-like material. Kind of, I don't know if that was similar to the shirt at the time, but kind of a bit of a throwback to an older style of shirt, even if it's not accurate to the time. But yeah, a lot of people wear these Score Draw shirts. A lot of people have appreciation for the older kits, particularly in the 80s and the 90s. So Score Draw I've gone out and replicated them. Now this one, weirdly enough, does actually have a name on the back of it. It came with number 7, Kevin Keegan. Now, until the 90s that they started to put the names on the back of shirts. So this would have never been a thing. I don't think Keegan would have never been on the back of the England shirt, nor would have any of the other players. It was just used to purely be the number. Now I'm assuming Keegan was number 7 at the time. So this kit came pre-printed, kind of historically inaccurate, but I still think it looked cool, so I bought it. And again, we just had a little piping on the sleeves. So, one that I wear whenever England play in the World Cups and stuff, I get this one out. So, that's it for the England shirt collection. We are due to find out what the shirt for the 2026 World Cup will be. There's various links and leaks, shall we say, to what it could be. I'll put a picture on the screen of what footy headlines are saying it's going to be. I think it looks quite nice, so depending on the price, I might buy it, but we'll see. So that was my England shirts collection video. I hope you enjoyed. And I still have a few more shirts to go through, so if you want to see kind of the rest of my collection, then just let me know. But yeah, thank you all for your support, and I'll see you guys soon.